So 5.4 has to do with condensing logarithms. So here's the thing, all right? Condensing, when they say condense, that means to make smaller, okay? Now, in our case, condense each expression to a single logarithm. Now, you look at number 1 and you're like, well, Mr. Habit, it's already one logarithm, so we're done. Not necessarily, okay? There can't be any numbers in front. There can't be any numbers after, okay? It just has to be log, base, whatever of whatever. So we got to get rid of this 5. Now, it's not an equation, okay? Like the last section, we could just divide by 5 and we'd be good. Well, we can't do that now. Well, the property is this, okay? So here's what we're going to do. So we have 5 times log base 8 of u. So if it's just an expression, see how it's an expression, not an equation? We're going to take this 5 and we are going to make it an exponent. So now our answer is log base 8 of u to the 5th power. And we're done. Okay? So there was only one thing we needed to do. The log is by itself. In other words, there's no numbers in front and there's no numbers after. Okay? So that's kind of the first property, if you want to kind of talk about it that way, about logarithms. Now, number 2 is 2 logarithms. Okay? Except now, those are being added together. All right? They're being added together. For you to do anything to this problem, the bases must be the same. They have to be the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to condense this. So it's going to be log base 3. We're going to take, let's do this. We're going to take the u and the v, and we're going to multiply them together and stick it together into one log. So addition means multiply. That's our answer. Okay? All right? So if there's a number in front, make it an exponent. If you're adding 2 logs, multiply the 2 things that are inside the log. All right? Now, what happens if it's division? Subtraction. Well, subtraction means we're going to divide. So I'm going to have log base 4, because there's our bases. So now I'm going to take A and B, and I'm going to divide. Okay? Those are the 3 main properties. Okay? Now, some of these are going to be written a little bit differently. Some problems you'll have to do multiple properties in the same problem. But let's do this last one and then we'll get to that. Now, this one looks a little different, right? Well, here's the thing. This is log base. Okay. Here's how we can write this. We can write this as 1/2 times log base 6 of a. Okay? So if you're dividing something by 2, so here's the thing, and this goes really for anything, guys. If you divide by 2, that's the same thing as multiplying by 1/2. It's the same thing. Okay? So this log base 6 of a was divided by 2. Well, I can change it to make it look like 1/2 times log base 6 of a. Well, if you go back to this problem, there was a number in front. So what do we do with the number in front? We take it and we make it an exponent. So log base 6 of a to the 1/2 power. Okay? All right, so just don't, if you see this, you can convert it to this. All right? Now, what happens when we have multiple properties in the same problem? Here's the order. Do numbers in front first. So in other words, make that 4 an exponent. Make that 4 an exponent. So now I have log base 9 of x minus, oh, wait a minute. Sorry, forgot about the 4. X to the 4th minus log base 9 of y to the 4th. Okay? So you can only do one property at a time. Second, then convert addition, subtraction. Okay? So now now I can deal with my subtraction. Okay? So now remember, subtract means divide. So log base 9 of x to the 4th divided by y to the 4th. Now I have my single log, and we're done. So we had to do two properties there. 6 is the same thing. So I've got a 3 in front of both logs. So I take this 3, move it into the exponent of a, and I take this 3 and I move it to the exponent of b. So I've got log base 5 of a to the 3rd minus log base 5 of b to the 3rd. Okay? Well, again, subtraction means division. So I have log base 5 of a to the 3rd, b to the 3rd. And there's my answer. Notice these are all expressions. There's no equal signs. We're not solving for anything. Okay? We're just breaking this longer expression into a single logarithm. That's it. Okay? All right. Oh my gosh. We're not going to do a multiplication apparently. Oh yeah, we are. Number 8. Number 7 is the same thing. So this is log base 2 of a to the 2nd, because the 2 gets moved here, minus log base 2 of b to the 10th. Here's our subtraction. So I have log base 2 of a squared over b to the 10th. Okay? Sorry about that. We had 3 of the same problem. Let's do an addition one. And this time we've got 3. That's not a big deal. Now notice how all of these fractions look the same as number 4. So let's do this first. Before we do anything else, 1/3 log base 2 of a plus 1/3 log base 2 of b plus 1/3. Oh my goodness, I'm running out of room. Running out of room. Plus 1/3 log base 2 of c. All right, so we've established that we have a number in front of the log. So log base 2 of a to the 1/3 power, because remember that goes to the exponent, plus log base 2 of b to the 1/3 power, plus log base 2 of c to the 1/3 power. Okay? Now, here's the key. Here's my plus signs. Remember, plus means multiply. So here's what I have. I've got log base 2 of a to the 1/3 times b to the 1/3 times c to the 1/3. Okay? Now, you could leave it like that. Okay? Or you could write it like this. Notice how A, B, and C are all raised to the same power. They're all raised to the 1/3. So what I could do is I could just write A times B times C all to the 1/3 power. Now, either one of these would be right. I would accept either one. Okay? All right, but that's how you condense the logarithms. In the next section, we're going to solve equations where we have to condense the logarithms first, then solve the equation. So we're kind of going to put 5.3 and 5.4 together in the next section.